Welcome, dear all the students. Myself, Professor Nitin Gaurihar Devshete. I'm working as the in-charge principal of KK College of Food Technology. Today, we are going to discuss the topic. The name of the topic is important management practices for the sheep and goat, and which are the methods of identification marks. So, in that, you know that the India is a country in which the production of the milk and milk product is a very high, and milk producing species these are also include the sheep and goat. Sheep and goat, they are basically reared for the purpose of mutton purpose, for the purpose of garment and wool purpose. These species are specially used. So, what are the important management practices? That is the day-to-day routine practices which is followed on these animals. This is the one of the important point for the rearing of these animals. So, in that first important management practices which is a daily followed, that is the cleaning. Cleaning and sanitization, these are one of the most important key for the good health. Unsanitary condition provide the scope for the development of the pathogens which results into the various diseases. So regular cleaning and disinfection of the animals and shed prevent for the infection. And most commonly the spraying solutions these are used are just like a bleaching powder 30%, phenol this is about 1 to 2%, washing soda 4%, malathion 2 to 2.5%, and cryosol this is about 2 to 3%. You can use the any one kind of the solution for the cleaning of the animal as well as for the purpose of cleaning of the barn. Cleaning includes the clean the floor, gutter, manger by removing dung, urine and feed left over carefully. The next important management practices these include the deworming. Deworming, all of you know that there are the two types of the parasites which is living on the body of the animal. The parasites is of two types. First, the ectoparasite, the parasite which are remaining on the body of the animal. These are called as the ectoparasites, and the internal parasites. These are living inside the body of the animal. These are also called as the endoparasite. The internal parasites are more numerous and heavy infestation is more likely to be occur when sheep and goat are confined to the same area year and year. In that internal parasite, the most common parasites, these are common stomach worms, roundworms or tapeworms, twisted worms are more common. So in the practice of deworming operation, we are going to allow to drain some solutions of the chemicals. In that they are allowed to drink that chemicals to control for the purpose of endoparasites. Then the next important operation which is called as the DP. Sheep and goats are dipped at least once in a year to eradicate the ectoparasites. These include the ticks, mites, and lice. In that, for example, in case of the maggot, any sulfur-containing dip is used. In case of lice, the phenobarbital powder or butox powder or malathion powder is mostly used for the purpose of dipping. Dipping is of two types. First is the hand bath dipping and another one is the swim bath dipping. In case of the hand bath dipping, it is used mostly in case of the small flocks. A tank of galvanized iron about 1.2 into 1.0 into 0.5 meter is used. Each sheep and goat is held above the knee and lifted into the bath and then turned over on its back. It should be kept in deep for 2 minutes and its head should be immersed at least once in time. The next method is the swim bath method. In case of the swim bath method, it is used for the large flocks of the sheep and goats. In general, measurement of the tank is about 1.5 into 2.5 into 2 meter. The sheep and goats are lowered into the deep end of the deep, swim through and walk up to drying pen. The next important management practices, this is called as the spraying. Spraying, it is a most important thing in that we are comprising the spraying of weak fly, applying deep solution over the backs and sides of the animal packed. In that, spraying of sheep and goat at a regular interval is very effective in controlling the ticks, especially in tropical countries. The next important management practices which is called as a docking. So Docking, it is the removal of the tail from the body in sheep and goat. It is called as a docking. The basic purpose of the docking is about to give the square and blocky appearance to the market lamb and to keep the lamb more and more cleaner. And another purpose is we can get a very good clean wool from the docking. The docking is done by three methods: docking with the help of knife, docking with the help of hot iron, docking with the help of rubber band, and docking with the help of emasculator. We can done by any way. The next operation, which is called as important management practices, which is called as the ringing. In the ringing, ram is not completely shorn, then he should be clipped. For clipping, hold the ram on his hind legs and clipped from the neck and from the belly in the region of penis. This operation is called as a ringing operation. The next important management practices, which is called as a tagging. In case of the tagging, the shearing the locks of the wool and dirt from the dog. The tagging, the events make the service by the ram more clear. Then one of the most important thing in that one, that is a painting of rams. This is also one of the important management practices, in that for obtaining a visual picture of progress of mating, the ram may be marked by the painting their breast with a thick paste made for his particular purpose. This is some important management practices which is followed on the sheep and goat. Now, in that one of the most important thing is the method of identification for the sheep and goat. If your farm is a very small, there is no need of identification mask. But if your farm is a very in big or large number of animals are there, at that time there is a need to use the identification mask. These identification mask is important for giving management practices on that animal. So in that first important management practices, which is most commonly called as ear tagging. Basically there are the 5 methods: ear tagging, ear notching, neck tags, tattooing, and pen brands. So these are basically 5 methods of identification. In that, ear tagging, here the metal tags with combination of letters are used. In that one, this is identify the lambs or kid with its sire as well as dam. In that, most important, that self-piercing tags or is used. In that one, the clean the portion of the ear with the spirit where the tag is to be filled. The self-piercing tags with directing with the help of forceps and locked, keeping the number of visible outside on the upper edge of the ear. In that, we have to apply the tincture iodine to prevent the infection. So this is one of the most method, that is the ear tagging method. The next is the ear notching method. In that one, the notches cut into the ear make a rather easy method to identify the animal. In that one, clean the ear with the help of cotton and spirit. Then side ear notches must be V-shaped. In case of the hole is required, make the use of sterilizer central punch. We have to take the care that not to make a notches too small to close up the soon and not too large to deform the shape of the ear. This is the ear notching method. The next method is the neck tag method. This is also one of the important method. In that, here we are to use the metal or plastic tag to enough to read the animal from the more distance. These tags are fastened on the neck chains. The next important method is the tattooing method. In this method, we have to use the instrument which is called as a tattoo punch, in which the number of letters can be inserted. In that one, we have to insert the number of letters, okay, and each number is outlined with the sharp needle projection. Tattooing can be done in the ear carefully. Then next is a pen brand method. The pen brand method is one of the most important method. In that one, pen brands are quickly applied and are quite reliable. In that one, we have to use the various pens, okay, for the branding of animal. Commercial branding fluids that will be remain on the sheep for a year, and it may be removed from the fleece at in its regular scoring process. So this is one of the most important methods of identification mark for the sheep and goat. So I hope that all of you understand these two important things, that is the important management practices followed on sheep and goat, and which are the method of identification marks given on the body of the sheep and